Good, everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm just going to talk about Dalton Smith real quick. So he just beat Matthew Germain. Not really sure how to pronounce his name, but that's my best attempt at it, who is a solid 35-year-old veteran who came in this fight with a record of 26-2. He did fight Steve Claggett twice. He drew the first fight and won the second, so that's a cool name in his resume. Germain was very slippery and tricky in this fight. But if I'm being honest, it was a terrible performance from him. He found out very early on that he probably has nothing for Dalton Smith, so he kind of just got on his bike and fought to survive, which made a stinker of a fight, honestly. But credit to him, he came in this fight in phenomenal shape, which in turn made it so that he heard the final bell. The guy was very durable. He took dozens of power shots in the liver as well as the head. Now he did legitimately get dropped 2 or 3 times though, but I guess congrats to him for surviving. I don't know. Dalton Smith though may have disappointed some people with his performance, but for me, I thought he looked great. He looked big and strong and powerful. He was sharp and he countered very well. I loved his shot selection in this fight. He targeted whatever was open. He ripped the body, shot around the guard. He shot long and shot short. It just seemed like he was trying new things in there. You know what I mean? And what I saw was that he has a pretty deep arsenal. He can do many things in that ring. I think Smith is pretty damn fundamentally skilled. He has good footwork, and for the most part, he's balanced to throw. He has good technique and he knows his range. He can throw power shots with good leverage and he doesn't smother his work. He's a solid fighter who I personally think will cause an upset to one of the bigger names in the division. I'm not saying I would favor him over the likes of Tio or Devin or Hitchens, Ryan, Gary Russell, or even Puello, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if it pulls off an upset against one of those guys. Smith strikes me as a very disciplined fighter. In every interview or cameo I see of him, he's always in shape, never blows up in weight in between fights, and just seems to be a grounded, focused, and hungry fighter. Couple that with the skills and power that he does have, and I'm telling you guys better watch out for this man. He is coming. But despite my praise of him, this fight right here, this performance, it wasn't perfect. I thought he was a bit inconsistent tonight. I thought he could have used the jab earlier and more frequently. I thought there were too many rounds where he fell in love with his power a little too much and just threw 1 or 2 shots at a time. He did make the adjustment in the later rounds, but he made them too late, in my opinion. If he made them earlier, I think he would have stopped Germain. But really just small things like that. Didn't really find too much else to pick on. So congrats to Dalton Smith on another great victory. It was a great performance in my opinion. I need to see him in there with a big name soon. I know they're angling for a Puello title fight, so make that happen, let that fight happen. But if it doesn't happen, let me see him in there against the likes of Rayo or Pitbull or Matias or Liam Paro or Sandro Martin or Jack Catterall. There's so many good names. There's so many good fights. They got to make some of those happen sooner rather than later. All right, but that's all I really got to say. What do you think of Dalton Smith? Do you think he has a shot against world level opposition, or is he just another, British hype job? Please comment down below and please leave a like and subscribe. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.